Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our chapter number 4, Swami's Night Alone. And here this is a story of a young boy called Swaminathan. And it is from a story called Malgudi Days. All of you must have seen Malgudi Days was telecasted on the television before many days. Then now see here Swaminathan in this story of R.K. Narayan, Swaminathan is a young boy, and this story is about his life and the adventures he had. Swami lived in a small town called Malgudi. One evening, Swami is forced to sleep alone in his father's office. Now let us read about his adventures that night. "Let me sleep in the hall, father," Swami pleaded. "Your office room is very dusty and there may be scorpions behind your law books." "There are no scorpions, little fellow. Sleep on the bench if you like." So here Swami pleaded, means Swami requested his father that, "Please father, let me sleep in the hall. Your office room might be very dusty and they may be having scorpions behind your law books." So scorpions, you know, scorpions means kide. Then what does his father say? His father told, "No, little fellow, there are no scorpions, and if you can sleep on the bench if you like." Then what did Swami say? That, "Can I have a lamp burning in my room?" "No, you must learn not to be afraid of darkness. It is only a question of habit. You must cultivate good habits. Will you at least leave the door open?" "All right, but promise me you will not roll up your bed and go to your granny's side at night. If you do it, mind you, I will make you the laughing stock of your school." So here Swaminathan, the young boy, he is very afraid of darkness. So here his father, he asked him to stay in the office room for one day so that he must learn not to be afraid of darkness. Because Swami is a grown up child now, and he is afraid of darkness and many other things. And so that's why Swami was asked by his father to stay in the office for one night. If he won't stay, then Swami's father will make him the laughing stock of his school. Laughing stock means everyone will start laughing, thinking him as silly. Swami felt cut off from humanity. He was pained and angry. He didn't like the strain of cruelty he saw in his father's nature. He hated the newspaper for printing the tiger's story. He wished that the tiger hadn't spared the boy, who didn't appear to be a boy after all but a monster. As the night advanced and the silence in the house deepened, his heart beat faster. He remembered all the stories of devils and ghosts he heard in his life. How often had his chum, Mani, seen the devil in the banyan tree at his street end? And what about poor Munisami's father, who spat out blood because the devil near the river's edge slapped his cheek when he was returning home late one night? And so on. And on his thoughts continued. He was faint with fear. A ray of light from the street lamp strayed in and cast shadows on the wall. Through the stillness, all kinds of noises reached his ears: the tickling of the clock, rustle of trees, snoring sounds, and some vague night insects humming. He covered himself so completely that he could hardly breathe.
That
Every moment he expected the devils to come up and carry him away. There was the instance of his old friend in fourth class who suddenly disappeared and was said to be have been carried off by a ghost to Siam or Nepal. ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ସେ ବୋଧେ ଇଏ କରୁଛି ଚେକ୍ କରିବାକୁ ଆସିଥିଲା ବୋଧେ ଚାଲ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ
କାଟିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିବ
Swami hurriedly got up and spread his bed under the bench and crouched there. It seemed to be a much safer place, more compact and reassuring. He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket. Once again, an unknown to himself fell asleep, and his sleep was racked with nightmares. A tiger was chasing him, his feet stuck to the ground. He desperately tried to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back, and he could not hear its claws scratch the ground, scratch, and then a light thud. Swami tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open, and his nightmare continued. It threatened to continue forever. Swami groaned in despair. With a desperate effort, he opened his eyes. He put his hand out to feel his granny's present at his side, and was his habit, but he only touched the wooden leg of the bench, and his lonely state came back to him. He sweated with fright, and now what was the rustling? What was this rustling? He moved to the edge of the bench and stared into darkness. Something was moving down. He lay gazing at it in horror. His end had come. He realized that the devil would presently pull him out and tear him, and so why should he wait?